considering tactics. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The ultimate trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The ultimate trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The ultimate trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain.
It's that time of the year again for the 3v3 action that everybody has been craving for. Let's dive in with our mask on for the very first PARAVOX monthly finals of 2025. Who shall win the biggest prizes and who will go out with the biggest bragging rights? My name is Bipolar, together with the one and only Mochi, your casters for tonight.
Yes, and I feel like it's been some time wherein I have been able to grace to show my face here at PARAVOX. But yeah, I feel like we already have some good history from PCIN with the tons of monthly tournaments that we have from last year. And it's very, very nice to welcome this year of 2025 with the PARAVOX monthly monthly finals. And I'm glad that I'm casting you with you, Bipolar. And I believe that our series of teams right now will be quite interesting because
Yeah.
this depicts the monthly mainstays versus the ones who are been there in the pro scene for quite some time.
Yeah, very much so. You know what? We were looking at the brackets, especially before the live stream went on. We've seen like veteran players. We've seen teams that are always on the leaderboards every time. Especially for the Indonesian teams and Filipino teams. But right now we'll be looking at the prize pool here. Everybody, we've been talking about this for every month since 2024. They're gonna be battling for 600 USD. Can you imagine that every
Whoa.
month until December, 600 USD much?
Yep. And the good thing here is, even though you place 10th, you still have something to go home with. You still have 15 bucks.
Yeah.
And what's really nice is that, these are like greatly proportionate or distributed as well for any of who's going to be winning on this one. But I believe that it might be some of the familiar names that we already know. And what's funny here is that there are some times wherein you check out their specific standing. It might be second, they might be third, and they're just switching up their names, their team names from each and everything. But now let us head on to our next section wherein we are going to be checking out the brackets we have here.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll be looking at the brackets here, and everybody, are you ready? Because for our very first game, Take Me Please from Thailand will be battling it out with Alter Ego. I like this matchup here.
Yes, indeed. And we've been seeing Alter Ego from time and time again, and I believe they dominated like the last 3 weeklies that we have. And Take Me Please is also there with them, ranking either seconds or third, or a bit more lower in the rankings. But yeah, these are like promising names. Ever since last year, we've been seeing them coming up and showing what they can do, if they're consistent or not, and still trying to grow as a team themselves. And I'm pretty excited how they will welcome us here, and if there are some additional explosive plays that we're going to be seeing for this time around.
Definitely so, Mochi. You know what, everybody? We'll be looking at our very first matchup here. As you can see, our pretty boys from Alter Ego, still the trio that you've been looking for. Mev, Fiesel, and Netlove are a force to be reckoned with. But of course, with Take Me Please showing their prowess in the monthly finals of December 2024, they shocked us that they got out with a big bang before going into the semifinals. So it's gonna be almost a 50-50 battle between these two teams. But of course, a lot of our supporters, and we know how much Alter Ego has been in the scene so far. They've been dominating every game that they've been going for. And just look at Mev. He said like, shush everybody. We're here for like the biggest prize pool.
Yeah, that's like my favorite photo of his. But also, I feel like we might add that Alter Ego, ever since the Alpha Season 4 has been finished here for our Singaporean server, we have seen that the top 3 from those is indeed all from Alter Ego. And I guess that's also just a really good detail for us to take into account. And meanwhile, we are going to be having our brand selection here, and it seems like they're pretty consistent with their pickings here, Bipolar.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because it's a matchup wherein 1-1 is our brand selection. Juno, Beat Dot, and Kelsey all across the board. And to add up for the rivalry between these two teams, the 3v3 weekly tournament in January, both of these teams placed first and second, wherein Alter Ego took out with the championship there, and Take Me Please got the second place. So it's like a revenge play for Take Me Please if they do win the series, or it might be another domination for Alter Ego. But yeah, Mochi, there's your brand selections. It's a mirror matchup.
Yeah, mirror matchup indeed. And honestly miss like the times wherein we have like the Bond Rat in the lineups, no?
Yeah.
And it's just series of grenades and preventing anyone who may actually go into a specific area or our point. But we are currently here in Neo City, which is wow, such of a powerful map to start onto. But we are already seeing some advantages for the side of Take Me Please early in this one.
Yeah,
But
you
not
know
for
what?
long.
We all yeah. Not for long because Alter Ego is always just creeping behind you and Take Me Please always want to go for that fight. But we've been seeing Neo City as an opener map for our monthly finals a lot because it's just a good momentum based map wherein you want to go for those high ground pushes just like what Nazop is doing here. He goes down, then he goes up. He wants to put out some damage. But if we're looking at the scores right now, Alter Ego is definitely up by 18 points right now.
Yep, it's still quite early. They will try to equalize everything just in a bit, but just supporting what you had said earlier, it's really important to have like a bird's eye view in this type of map from time to time. Most especially, it's more on the open quarters where you have to like find your way in order to get additional heals and whatsoever while still trying to secure and get the objective done. But from what we're seeing here, Alter Ego is just trying to get that back for them because it seems like Take Me Please is trying to inch their way in little by little, and the wall is not even helping.
It's becoming a problem for them. Instead of helping them in these team fights, acceleration triggers already across the board. We're just gonna be taking it a little bit slow because in this elimination round for the first three matchups in our monthly final, it's gonna be a single elimination. So once you're in, you gotta win it, and once you're out, you're done. So then you're gonna wait for the next month to make it. It's gonna be a lot in store for our single eliminations here, but as you can see, Mev and Chawi is just battling it all out. They're just going up against these corners, controlling these health packs all across the board because as you can see, as we go on to our second round of strike points here, the play of the game in Neo City is basically control the health packs in the corner of the map, then you win the game. And right now, Alter Ego is really just showing that they have the map awareness for this.
And you can also see how crazy the movement of Netlove is, you know? Like, I mean, he's like the first out of the final rankings for our season 4. And it just shows, and even though that he's using the beat dot and the fact that it's pretty intensive in terms of making your shots count, your tracing skill should be on point. Well, he is well aware of that and he is nailing it as much as possible, though we are already halfway through our points that we had to get onto this. But seems like despite of the fact that Take Me Please tries to get something out of the executions that they're doing, it's lacking in some sort of way.
It's giving lacking in some sort of way, Mochi. So we're definitely seeing that, but as you can see, they're still trying because they're just 50 points behind Alter Ego. They can definitely go for a comeback play here, but given that they're becoming dominated every time by Mev, by Easel, and by Netlove, it's gonna be a hard thing to execute, just like what you said. But right now, Mev with a double kill here onto Nazop and the Chawa. It might go for the third kill here to go for the team wipe. And as you can see, there we go. That is your very first triple kill for Mev, and that is gonna be a team wipe.
Wow. And see, so they're just gonna keep on going as much as possible that they can capitalize on this current situation that they currently have. They will do so, and they're currently in control here, but just 9 and a few more single digits score lead in order to end this off. This is not gonna be looking good here for Take Me Please because they keep on depleting them. Alter Ego just on point with their current setup, and thus there is a victory.
You know what? They closed it out onto 100 points and they ended with a team wipe of their own. It was like destined that
Wow.
Alter Ego was gonna win here, and as you can see, we're just lost for words in the casters. Then
And you can even just say that despite of the fact that their counterpart is trying to fend them off, Take Me Please from Thailand, by the way, our only Thailand representative here in our monthly finals, they just can't. Even if that they try to do something against them, they just keep on being mauled over, most specifically by Netlove, because he's like something that you cannot disregard, most importantly in the movement, and as well as how good he is in taking and racking up all those points. I believe just like in the first few moments that we have in that map, he already has like a 20 plus. So I feel like that leaves a statement here for Alter Ego, which once again, it's a given. It's Alter Ego after all.
you know when we see Alter Ego, we only see 2 zeros, we only see W's, and we only see winners. But Take Me Please, unfortunately, they're already out of the January monthly finals, but they can still be coming back on February. Good game, all played to them. But as you can see, we'll be looking at the highlights of our very first game number 1. And there you go, have it. A beautiful
Wow.
highlights just to ended it all. You know what, Mochi, give us your thoughts on that game number 1.
Well, all I could say is that it's pretty much dominantly being taken here by Alter Ego. I mean, they've been super good in having those substitutions when it comes to like having those specific points in check and as well as monitored. Like what I'd said earlier on, bird's eye view is really important in Neo City. And even though that you have like close to mid-range brands that you're using, you have the Beatdown, you have the Juno, and as well as the what do you call this, our Kelsey.
Kelsey?
It's really important to keep these on track in order to have a good perspective on what we can do next in order to get additional edge against our opponents, which is unfortunately something that hasn't been able to figure out by Take Me Please, considering they're just being lost time and time again. And you even met that in the last few moments they got completely obliterated by their counterpart. So, press for Alter Ego. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be something else for our next match with them.
You know what, everybody, let's look at the post-match analysis here after that beautiful insight coming in from Mochi. And just like what Mochi said here, we've seen these two teams just battle it all out. Take Me Please, unfortunately, again, falling short behind Alter Ego. And right now, it's gonna be a hard one to accept for them because they're so early in the game, and they're so it's early that we got out of the tournament. Alter Ego, let's look at it. Juno on that Mev on that Juno with 27 points with a 9.4 KD and 960 damage. Diesel with a whopping 10-10 in that damage and just died once. But just look at the points that he accumulated. 44 for his team and Netlove with 29. Wow, Alter Ego is just on fire.
Wow. Definitely on fire. Like, and imagine like having 44 points as well here for Fiesel. That just means that the way he anchors a specific point is always always prominent and present when he is in the game. And nice try for our people, our peeps here for our Take Me Please.
Yeah.
And I really believe that they'll be able to learn here continuously. This is what's wonderful with PowerVox as well, is that they have the weeklies, they have the monthlies, and then something like PCI and the Golden Rush tournament that we had last year. It just shows that they can continuously sharpen their skills, not only in ranks, but also in these types of competitive plays as well. So hopefully we can see more of them later on, maybe next week or the future tournaments that we'll be having with Firebox. But as of the moment, seems like Alter Ego will be taking the piece of a pie on this one.
Alter Ego definitely just shining throughout. But right now, we'll be looking at our next matchup. No more breaks, no more waiting times. Let's get right into it. And there's an interesting thing here, Mochi. We have some new bloods in our tournament.
Yes, indeed. And it is really going to be an interesting one because Buba Di Bako, when I searched it, it is like it's like a cartoon opening song. It's like Buba Di Bako, Team Buba Di
Wow,
Bako.
wow, you researched
fun.
so
It
much.
sounds fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just checked it out and it seems so fun. But we also have AP Brand, which we have been able to talk about them earlier on, and you mentioned that they've been formed like quite the later half of 2024. So they've still been some refurbishing, polishing, and some sort of things going on here for AP Brand. And I'm pretty excited how or what these teams might offer, because the difference here is that I'm not quite sure if Buba Di Bako is also like a franchise team or like AP Brand is, but I feel like that's their distinct difference from what we have right now existing.
You know what? I'm looking at the team intros right now. Buba Di Bako is a new team name, but looking at the players themselves, they've been in other teams competing for PARAVOX before. So we've seen Deja Vu showing his skills. 80 was there, and I think Kizu, you gotta give me some fact checks in the comment section, everybody, because if I can remember, they played in September or in October, but let's see. For us and for the viewers as well, they're currently in a new team. These are basically two new teams that wants to become one of the champions, like Alter Ego, like Full Sense, like Blacklist International, which we are gonna be seeing later on. So just like what you've said, new bloods coming into the game. It's gonna be fun to see on how what's their take onto PARAVOX.
Exactly. Pretty excited what the map is gonna be as well. You know what? I really like the really recent map that they have. I believe it's like November, October, where they had like the Japanese map, Miyako.
Oh
It's super
yeah,
nice, you
yeah.
know? Like it's like a good combination and balance in between having close quarter combat spaces and as well as long range ones. So yeah, I hope that we can have that later on. But as of the moment, do you have like a specific favorite map that you have here in Firebox?
You know, I just want to add in to what you said. You know what, Miyako is like a Japanese team map. And hopefully, for
Yeah.
the first casters of January, we go to Japan to, to cast PARAVOX itself. Shout out to the PARAVOX team in Japan and for CBC, and fly us there, because we come with the hype. We know the game too well, so just a little bit of shout out. But yeah, we have the same favorite map, because it's pretty to look at. When you look at the scene, it's like daytime. It's beautiful to look at, and it's pretty
Yeah.
balanced in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it just shows a good contrast from the series of maps that we have previously, specifically like the complex and as well as the Neo City, just like what we had seen earlier on. But you're really shooting for the stars on that one. I really want to be brought to Japan so bad. But yeah, that would be really, really awesome, if I may say. But also, I am really looking forward that our teams here in the Philippines would grace the international stage once more. Because I remember that Blacklist International managed to place third during the PCI from 2024 or last December. And it's almost there, you know, it's almost there. They managed to like conquer full sense in that third battle for third match with a 3-2, quite close if I may say, but it's still a sweep or like a reverse sweep if I remember correctly. And I think that our teams here in the Philippines can do something more out of that one. Most importantly, the Indonesian teams as well. I'm not quite sure if it's just pure skill that may be the reason why the Japanese teams like Fennel and as well as Riddle Order really conquered that one. But man, it's just awesome to see. Pro tip: never play Kelsey against a Japanese team because it's useless. You're so
Breaking
good at
news!
using that bipolar.
Yeah, you know what? We've been talking about this before the broadcast, right? We saw like
Yeah.
it's great to see like the Japanese teams conquer in their own game in their home court. They have the advantage as well, but guys, don't use Kelsey against the Japanese teams because it's kind of crazy. Mochi said to me like when they were casting those games, um, whenever they had a mirror matchup, they easily countered it even though it was a mirror matchup. So like in my brain, how did that work? But I guess it's the Japanese team, so anything can happen. They can literally just conquer that tournament.
I feel like they just thrive on the fact that this is literally like an anime battle time and time again. Like every single match, they would be just flying and all over the place and just dominating every single one. But yeah, well played to our Japanese teams. And we don't see them that much here, right? In monthly tournaments and as well as our weeklies. More on like the Thai, Indo, and PH teams. And the only Thailand representative that we have right now is already out against Alter Ego, but the rest of the teams are mostly Philippine and Indonesian teams. So let us see which one of these series of teams will be winning and who's gonna be losing and who will be coming back for more in our next tournaments to come.
You know what? It's gonna be interesting if we're gonna be seeing what is this? I think we have a matchup of Philippines versus Indonesia in the finals, or possibly an Indonesian team versus an Indonesian team as well. So there's a lot in store
Yeah.
for these two teams. Alter Ego is still in the game. They'll be battling out a surprise team later on. We saw the brackets before, but I don't think they saw the matchup for the semifinals yet. So that's gonna be interesting to point out. But again, the talking point here is Buba Dibako from Indonesia, AP Bren from Philippines. AP Bren, they're sort of a what do you call this? An unorthodox team. They go for unorthodox picks with the brand. So you have that storyline within them that they want to prove something that even though they're not going for the meta picks, they're not going for mirror matchups. They go and battle it all out. I know one of their players plays Sketch, even though it's
Mhm.
like a close quarter map. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm just excited for this game.
Yeah, and I really do hope that we will be having like new brand metas coming in really, really soon because I believe like the early months of 2024 we had like the Scotch, which is something that we no longer see that much right now. Like what you said, it's already considered unorthodox, and we also had like the Bon Rat, which is personally what I like to use when I'm ranking
Hmm.
because I don't know, it's just fun to like keep them on their toes and not making themselves a good space enough to take a specific point. But yeah, it's really nice. Although I'm really looking forward to see a Nef Chief and as well
Yeah, me
as a
too.
Kudo. Like imagine having like that katana and even that arrow or that bow and arrow combo as well. I feel like that's pretty difficult to execute, but it would be cool to see.
You know, you know what? This is gonna be a big shout out to the Japanese teams out there. Play these kinds of brand next
Yes.
time. Don't play KLC. Give us some interest. Give us some like hardcore Nef Chief slicing and dicing, Kudo, some like from across the map bow and arrow gameplay. But that's gonna be a little bit
Yeah.
of challenge for them and also for our competitors here in the Singaporean server. But yeah, just like what you've said, these unorthodox picks and these like brands might be coming into the new season because currently it's 4.5, and when we go into March the 3rd and onward, it's gonna be a new season, which is season 5. And speaking of a new season, guess what, everybody? I know everybody has been wish listing PARAVOX on Steam, and there's big news because on March 6th to the 12th, the very first playtest for PARAVOX on Steam will be happening, and that is good news for them.
Yeah, they better check that out. So if you guys are really interested, like you just passed by this specific stream and you feel like it's something interesting, check out our PARAVOX live in Steam as well as in Epic Games. If you don't like Steam, go Epic Games. If you don't like Epic Games, go for Steam. Whatever it may be, PARAVOX is there for you to fully access on it. And as well as the fact that you have been able to mention that we already have our patches and announcements coming in, regularly being updated for you guys to see as well, so that you are well aware of our changes. Be sure to stay tuned in the official PARAVOX website as well.
Right now, we'll be looking at our second matchup here. This is going to be the brand selection, and we're in the map of Launch Complex. Buba Debaco already showing that they might go for a Bonrat and a Kudo pick. Together with
Let's
a Nova
go!
and AP Bren, we'll go for Juno, Kelsey, Nova. The meta picks here for AP Bren, but as you can see, Mochi is just going crazy right now because two of the picks of Buba Debaco is an interesting. Did you talk to these teams, Mochi? Come on, tell me the truth, because what you said before we've seen the brand selection. Those were the brands that you were specifically talking about.
Yes. And I'm happy about that because it means they're listening. But I wonder how this is gonna play out though, because it's really, I don't know. Personally, there's been some talk going around, right? Would you rather go for meta or comfort? What's your pick
Yeah.
about that? What's your piece about that?
You know what? I'm an egotistical guy like Alter Ego, but I go for like comfort picks. Even though it's like non-meta, it's fun to play Nerf.
Okay.
It's fun to play Bonrat because it's interesting, and once you get those skills, once you win with those brands, it's satisfying because it's not the usual thing that you see. But right now, we're going into Launch Complex. Everybody is Sego Daddy on that Kudo. Alpha Jamel already dead on the scoreboard, and AP Bren already with a team wipeout for Buba Debaco.
Okay, I feel like sometimes comfort is not the key, but you can see that these dudes from AP Bren are just racking up all the points here, and they're even just preventing them from getting or setting foot on getting near into a specific point. But what's really bad on the situation that we have here for Buba Debaco is the fact that they spend the majority of their time being chased. They no longer have the objective. It's a matter of survival already, no longer the objective itself. So they had to make their way around that one, but with what just we are seeing here, I feel like that's pretty much a bit impossible.
Oh no, it's currently a bloodbath right now, and I just looked at the scores right now, Mochi. I was so happy because it's the first time I'm seeing a Kudo and a Bonrat together on our screens. But when I look at the middle top of the screen, currently it's 0 to 93, and there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we can already see it, and now the title of victory right in front of our faces. I mean, as much as we're quite hyped, I can see your hand being placed on your forehead. Like, what just happened? But it's kind of unfortunate for Bumadibaco, but I mean, it's AP Brand they're against with. But nice try. A valiant effort is okay, guys. You can go for weeklies and additional monthlies later on. But you can see that AP Brand has been able to just introduce themselves here on our stage as a really, really clean
Really.
slate in terms of the scoreline. 100 over 0, guys. And Bumadibago didn't even got a chance in order to set foot on a specific point, unfortunately.
You know, I don't even think AP Brent died once there. We saw
I
the
don't
Q
think so,
though,
yeah.
like pull the arrow back, but never let it go. We've seen the sword's sheath out of the hands of like Nef Chief, but nothing happened. You know, it was fun to
Yeah.
look at. I was just mesmerized as there was a Bonrat in Kyudo because I was like, Mochi, you're like a prophet right now. You see through the screen. You've been talking to these teams, I think, but wow, there's just nothing to. Throw to highlights. Give us the highlights already. I don't want to talk anymore. Give us the highlights.
If we're gonna lie, but
That was the longest
man,
highlights ever, Mochi.
the longest.
The longest. The longest.
Yeah,
The
the
longest
longest.
highlights there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
But it was
crazy.
fun.
It's
It was
crazy to
fun. It
me.
was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Although I'm pretty sure that their counterpart is having a difficult time for the entirety of that specific matchup. But what's important is that they're still gonna be going home with a prize, because if you
Yeah.
can recall, like the top 10, maybe you're on the 10th place, you still have some couple of bucks to actually have and take for you. And though now, let us check out our match results. We are gonna confirm if they didn't die at all. Yeah, they did
Yeah,
not.
no.
Wow.
They did not. Yeah, like I think it was a marathon for Buba de Vaca here. They tried it, but it wasn't there. It's good to see that Kyudo and Bonat were dishing out some damage. We see 30 and 13 on that duo, but the talk of the town right now is AP Brand from the Philippines, Kiza on at Juno, Nova on Avery, Deja Vu, and Kelsey. And I think Deja Vu with 91 points in his brain, it's a lot. And I think he just stabbed the hearts
Yeah.
of Buba de Bapa here.
Yeah, which is something that they really had to recover from, if I may say. But that is fine.
Yeah.
Still a well played here for Bugatti Baco, and I really hope that they can come back stronger in our next series of tournaments that we will be having. And I guess let me just add the fact that for Deja Vu, it's really crazy to me how people can use the Nova. Like,
Yeah.
just by having that rifle, and then despite of the fact that you've been flying all over the place, just doing some dashes and some sort of stuff, you still make it accurate so that it can hit your enemy. It's crazy. Most especially, it's 8 to 16 damage per specific bullet, so depends on where you hit it. It's gonna be, I don't know, like somewhat of a gamble, if I may say, not unless you're really good with your tracking capacity.
Maybe that's what Deja Vu really is. If we're like
Yeah.
concerned with can they hit their shots, maybe Deja Vu has like instilled it in his brain that I can hit every shot. So maybe that's their gamble, and we've seen it. We've seen it work. So we'll see. I'm definitely excited for their semifinals matchup later on. Our next matchup will be let me put our here, but right now we'll be looking at the team intro. No need to talk about it because this is our third matchup.
It's here. There you go. It's Blacklist International versus Newbie Frenzy. Once again, monthly mainstays versus some of the pro teams or veterans that we have around here in the CEA. And we currently have Williamson, Yanagi, and Shintaro. Although, wait, Boogie is not here? That's something new.
Yeah. No Boogie, I think, for Blacklist International for this month. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if this is gonna be a new mix-up for Blacklist International. That's when I look at their pictures, Boogie wasn't there, and Williamson is gonna be their new and upcoming trio. But let's see, Newbie Frenzy though on the other side, it's gonna be Nicho Indo, Do It Corrupt, and of course Dookie. It's gonna be an interesting matchup here, Mochi. As you said, monthly mainstays, Blacklist International, but with a little bit of a twist.
And I'm really looking forward if there's gonna be something that's gonna be whipped off out of the blue that we really didn't necessarily expect, or would it actually play in accordance to the cards that they currently have and they can make the most out of it. And we really do hope that both these teams will be able to do unwavering victories, but as of the current time, once again, just a little recap for Blacklist International. They ended the year of 2024 with a bang when they third from our PCI PARAVOX Championship International, and they swept Full Sense away with a 2-0 sweep. So that's some preliminary information from them. But for their counterpart, that's gonna be something new. So we're gonna check out what they have. But here is the brand selection.
Wow, and our map is gonna be Quantum Junction here, so it's gonna be a close quarter map, but it's gonna be a second level versus a second level strike point. So Blacklist International now with the Kelsey beat that Judo combination, and Newbie Frenzy still looking towards their own brands, and there we go, have it.
Okay.
Back-to-back Mochi favorites. Nef Chief will be coming into the ball game.
Let's go. I like how we're having every single team. Okay, let's do something new. We have a Bomber, we have a Net Chief, we have the Judo. And guess what? We have the Net Chief this time around. Not quite sure if that's going to be working well for them, but let me just put onto the table, like, these are like the times wherein you can really use the Kelsey up to its fullest potential because of how good the Hound of Photon is going to be used in these types of extremities. But before we even know it, the game has been started.
You know what? Before these two teams battle it all out here on our Quantum Junction, this might be the very first monthly finals wherein every brand has been picked in the tournament. Right now, Sketch and Daffron are the only two brands that has not been used. But right now, Blacklist International going in with a bang. Shintaro and Yanagi with their very own takedowns. And that is going to be 2 for Yanagi as he can also do it. Corrupt 12. But just look at the wall. It's going to be a problem for Newbie Frenzy to go in. They're going to go for a parallel wall at that health pack on the other side of a map. But right now, Shintaro is just jumping all around the map, and he's dishing out some damage. 1-32 is our score, and Do It Corrupt is the last man standing before the Snap Chief respawns.
The gatekeeping is quite insane here. Still in favor for Blacklist International, but all the while they're still trying to fend for their lives before even taking the objective here in this specific strike point. But they're just being chased around if possible here. Most especially Shintaro is just making the most out of the space that he can actually occupy, while Yanagi tries to defend himself and his life alongside his other teammates here in this site or this strike point. But Seems like they're
Mm.
gonna be taking Dookie down without any sweat.
It was just pinpoint accuracy there with those shots, and with 50 points remaining on this first strike point, Blacklist International might close this out without even going for round number 2. Right now, Neptune is battling it out versus 3 players, but he falls down into the hands of Yanagi. That is your team wipe for Blacklist International, and right now Newbie Frenzy, they need to go up those stairs, because if they do not, Blacklist International will just go for those kills and will go for those pawn kills. And right now, Dookie is again alone and lonely versus the 3 players of Blacklist
Okay.
International. 8 points remaining for them, but Neptune is doing work.
Wow, and before we even know it, they're just 5 points away from getting that 100. But the strike point is already changing, and now it is a battle of attrition. And who's gonna be going to the strike point B first? But, well, you have 1 more point remaining. It's been hold off, but it's still gonna be trying to take this one for themselves. Well, this is some slight improvement from what we have earlier. Bipolar, we had 100-0, and now it's 100-1. But once again, unfortunately, the new additions in terms of the brands that we are incorporating in our lineups or our loadouts is quite lacking, and it's not entirely like the best thing to actually use from our current standpoint, or just by basing from the matches that we have so far. But you can also tell who's like the observer's favorite, like
Oh.
there is some prevalent attention for Shintaro, most especially in terms of how he gatekeeps, how he pushes every single member from the opposition back away, and even provides support for his comrades who's currently holding a specific strike point.
You know what? Just looking at the cams every time Shintaro is on that like observer point of view, he is just like balls out going in for those kills, and he is just hitting those shots, and he is not disappointing all of his fans right now. But one thing to point out, I love that these teams right now are still experimenting, even though there's already a set
Yes.
meta. It's nice to see that these players still have like a sense of like experimentation, that they want to go and try stuff out, because in the world of PARAVOX, this is what you want to expect. It's not just all out 3 brands every time. But let's look at the highlights here, everybody. As you can see, these 2 teams have been dominating, and let's look at it right now. Yeah, you know what, Mochi, it's nice to see that these 2 teams and all the teams right now are playing it all out. As the very first monthly finals for 2025, experimentation is there, different brands being picked, domination is still prevalent on this game. But as you can see, Blacklist International, even though they have a new name and they have an alteration in their name, it's still the same Blacklist International. And without Boogie, I think they're still a top 3 team in Singapore. Sir.
Sorry, I've been muted.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
by the way, I just want to point out where, despite of the fact that Boogie is not there, I hope that William would be able to actually fill up the shoes of this player as well, because Boogie was like some of the equivalent shot callers, not only in PARAVOX, by the way, even in other games as well, where he also have Yanagi and Shintaro as his teammates. So that's something that we can take into account and consider. But currently, since they have this current young blood, they have this new integration of Williamson in the team. Hopefully, that he can adapt quite well. And it's really nice, like as you have mentioned, this is the time wherein you have to dip your toes into bit in the water. It's like you can check out what works, which doesn't. You can try to set reach for additional innovation in terms of the brands that you use. So yeah, that's something that's good in all the teams, and we can see that right now. It's just that it's being executed in numerous different ways.
Plus, Mochi's having fun. Let's look at the match results here. We're seeing, Mochi's having fun. Well, look, we're seeing Nefchi, Kyudo, and of course Bonnet. I'm also having fun because right now it's easier to say that the person that was defeated here has accumulated a point, which is 1. So Newbie Frenzy,
Okay.
with the help of Nicho Indo 123 with that 1 point. As you can see, they really did do better compared to our last match up with AP Bren. The damage is there. Look at that, 246 on Zuki with that Nef Chief, and that is hard, everybody, to at least get those damage even though you're being dominated. And I think Nico Indo is using the I forgot, but it might have been Kelsey on this Nico Indo, 255 on that damage. But the talking point here is Blacklist International. Yanagi almost hitting 1,000 damage here, plus he accumulated a lot of strike points here with 71. So it's gonna be a good placement for them as they go for the semifinals. But everybody, that is your stats post match up. That wrong placement of the words, but yeah, that's what happens after like 2 dominating teams.
Yeah, it's just crazy for us to witness like a really dominating score like that. So let's fight bipolar. And I hope that you guys are having a good evening as well, or
Yes.
afternoon, if I may say, wherever part of the world you may be. And always keep safe, because currently tons of people here in the Philippines have cold, me included. So be sure to keep yourselves warm since it's pretty cold climate. And once again, if you're still interested and you haven't played PARAVOX yet, be sure to check it out via Steam and Epic Games, because it's already available for downloading.
Very much so. We're gonna be going for a little bit of a short break here, but once we go back, it's gonna be the best of 3 semifinals, and after that, the finals. This has been Bipolar and Mochi. We'll be right back.
What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 versus 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink.
And we're back together with Mochi and Bipolar. We are now looking towards the semifinals of the PARAVOX monthly tournament here and in January. And we've seen a lot of sweeps in our elimination round. Will we see that again in the semifinals? Mochi, what are your thoughts on our upcoming matchup?
Well, I feel like this is going to be quite of a stretch, if I may say, because you would most likely expect it to be some close matches coming up because these are both veteran teams in the mix. And unfortunately, we didn't see some of our monthly mainstays approach the semifinals because, once again, these are like some unstoppable forces that they have to reckon with. But now this is gonna be like a new look and a spicy way to actually open up the year. This January, they've been able to face up against each other, both mixes of Indonesian and Philippine teams, and it's fortunate that we have two Philippine teams here. But the question is, can they actually defeat Alter Ego once and for all for this monthly finals?
Yeah, you know what? They've had their fair share with the presence of battling Alter Ego, the most dominant team in January so far. But right now, in a little bit, we'll be looking at the brackets on how's the situation right now. Again, for the semifinals, it's gonna be Alter Ego on that spot after battling Take Me Please, AP Brennan, Blacklist International later on. But this is the surprise factor for everyone. We'll be looking for team coming from Indonesia as well, Mochi.
Oh yeah, they have like the real advantage in terms of the seeding here, in terms of like having 7 teams on this one. But now they will be facing up against Alter Ego. I'm not quite sure if they've been watching closely from the matchup we have earlier on, but this is more than enough time for them to actually understand what they can do against Alter Ego after seeing how they play against Take Me Please earlier. But since both of these Indonesian teams will be facing up against each other, this is gonna be really interesting. Pretty similar for the second semifinals, but let us focus for the Indonesian ones for now.
Yeah, you know what? Just a little bit of a backstory. I think looking for team is the one that played in November or December, wherein they really just made the team inside an internet cafe and they said, let's go and play PARAVOX and let's go compete for like prizes in the monthly final. So it's again, fact check me, everybody in the comment section if I am right and if I can recall that. But looking for team is going to be a good matchup against Alter Ego, especially with their advantage. I think with the best of 3 series situation right now, they have the chance to maybe dethrone Alter Ego.
That's something we're gonna find out later on. But just you have mentioned, it's gonna be pretty interesting how these types of games can actually like show that you can form these types of connections just through a game itself. Like, it's not entirely just the game in itself, if you know what I mean. Like, you can get new friends, you can even make this as your career, pretty similar to what happened to Full Sense, where they just started as a series of friends and then now they've been adopted by a whole franchise, which is cool, right? And we are seeing like new people pretty similar to Looking for Team trying to do the same thing as well. So it's already up for them to taking how consistent they will be and the perseverance that they will be carrying over as time goes by.
Pretty much, opportunities open here and there, and PARAVOX is one way. If you look at it, PARAVOX is definitely providing that to anyone in Asia right now, for Japan, for Philippines, for Indonesia, for Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia as well. So there's just a lot of opportunities, and just to hear these stories, just to hear Full Sense becoming a team, just for looking for a team as well. Right off the bat, just like friends, just strangers, or in some cases, just players in the same area, just trying to make a team and trying to make a name for themselves. It's nice to hear. But right now, we'll be looking
Yeah.
at the map selection here, everybody. These are going to be your 3 maps for looking for a team versus Alter Ego.
Oh, we don't normally see waterfront being played in these types of scenarios, but it's gonna be there, so they better be careful because if they get cornered, they might fall into the waters. We have Launch Complex and as well as the Space Map, which is one of our OGs. So, yeah, we're gonna be seeing this for our current series, and let us check it out. If there's just gonna be a tour zero, a sweep, or a reverse sweep. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? A waterfront is almost like Neo City, wherein the premise of the map, or most of the teams play it, wherein you have to control the health packs at the corners of the map. Because at each corner of waterfront, there's a health pack that is available. So if you control those in the early part of those strike points, it's gonna be nice for your team to dominate the early game and to dominate the late game, or in the second round to third round strike points. But right now, as looking at the map selection, it's gonna be a good transition. A fast map in waterfront, a semi-fast map in launch complex, and a very long map if we go for a round number 3. But Mochi, in these two teams, who are you rooting for, or in terms of players, or in terms of statistics, who has a little bit of an edge here?
You know what? Not gonna lie, I'm quite of a sucker for the underdog stories, but just by basing from the statistics which you have mentioned, I would have to go for Alter Ego. But if I am gonna root for a team that is just plainly for the plot or the storyline, it's gonna be their opponents.
Yeah, you know what? We always want to root for the underdogs, and I think looking for team might be that one right now. And everybody, again, it's Indonesia versus Indonesia. So the pride of the Indonesian teams, you better give your support for whoever you're supporting, because it's gonna be a good one. Because after the best of 3, they're gonna go for the semifinals. Let's see if whoever takes that first spot, and if the next matchup will be ready for this. But again, let's look at the map selection. Let's talk about the map selection as these players get ready, looking for team and Alter Ego in this matchup. But it looks like let's look at it here. Waterfront, a very crazy map, as you've said before. We don't necessarily see it, but it's kind of a difficult map, right, Mochi?
Yep, it's really interesting because once again, you better be careful in your footing. And once again, when it comes to gatekeeping, the health packs is just gonna be a game changer indeed. And most especially how the extremities are designed. It's in the corner, so you better be careful and you have to have support just in case. But for Launch Complex, yeah, I'll say this earlier on, but not that much because the match just happened so quick. And I guess this is something that we also love. It's the lower and higher portions of specific strike points in case that it reaches to C. But also like possible snipers haven if we can see snipers in this current series, and as well as space map, because once again, other than the fact that it's space themed, it is literally spacious. So they have tons of areas to work with, and they might actually even get a game of tag, if I may say, because of how much space they can get in that one. And also a good balance, pretty similar to Miyako, no? It has a good close space strike points and as well as some open space ones. So they better keep that on track.
Yeah, like the covers and the concealments for Space Map is definitely almost close to Miyako, but in Launch Complex, yeah, crazy. It literally just passed by when we were in the single elimination round. So we're gonna be expecting these teams battle it longer in our second map. But looking for team, we're talking to you right now directly. This is non-biased, but Daffron and Sketch has not been picked. This might be your time to complete the whole brand selection, and you might like what they call this complete the infinity stones of PARAVOX looking for team. But yeah, it might be a good time to maybe do it, especially because it's a best of 3 series. Even though you lose, you have another chance to maybe bring it back and close it out in the game or in round number 3. But yeah, we're just happy to be here. We're happy to see on what's gonna happen, because these teams right now they're definitely experiment.
I like how we're just giving some hints from here and there, like throwing this in, like, you know what, let's try something new. Let's do
Yeah.
some
Why
innovative
not?
things and some sort of stuff, right? Why not?
Yeah.
But once again, guys, it's just the Daffyron and as well as the Scotch that's not being used once again, which is been seen from some parts of the meta. But I want to ask you, which one do you prefer, the Daffyron or the Scotch? Because personally, I would prefer the Scotch over the Daffyron.
Yeah, for me as well. I'll go for the Sketch just because it's been around the game longer than the Daffyron. Plus, with the current map selection rotation, Launch Complex is there, Space Map is there, and of course, with what do they call this? Our very first map, I forgot, Waterfront. Sketch has more potential in killing or getting kill or takedowns because of how open those maps are. But in other maps, if it's Miyako, if it's Neo City, I might go for that Daffyron, because it's it provides the utility that you can that can give you some strike points, that can give you some advantage. But yeah, I'll have to side on you with that. I'll go for the Sketch.
It somewhat depends on the maps that you play on as well, right? Like we have like the series of heals that you can give to either yourself or your teammates. Like we have like the life recharger, if I may say, for Daffyron, as well as the one for Scotch, which is something you have to fire directly to your allies. But yeah, I guess depends on which tea you would like, would your cup of tea or coffee, whatever it may be. But as at the moment, we're just gonna be chilling here, just waiting for our players to actually settle in. As much as possible, we want to promote the comfortable environment for them to compete in and up to their fullest potential.
Yeah, very much so. We're just readying up. They're just they're just chilling right now as well, and
Warming up,
everybody
doing some
again.
stretching.
Yeah, they're just taking out their knuckles. They're just popping those fingers. They're just they're jumping in their seats right now. We're seeing them right now. I'm not like the Lulu or something, but I'm seeing them like huddling up. Yeah, I'm visioning them right now. They said like, "Let's go, guys. Take me, please." No. What do you call this? What are teams again? Oh my god. Alter Ego, looking for team. They're like, let's go, guys. We're ready for the best of 3 series. But yeah, by the way, everybody, if you're just new to the scene, why we're like reiterating Alter Ego every time, this is how dominating the team is. In the very second season of PARAVOX itself, Mev and Fizzle are on the top 4 spots of the entire season. So that is gonna be a lot of like pressure on who are they gonna be facing. But Mochi, I think we're gonna be going towards a little bit of a short break here as these teams ready up.
What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 versus 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost Trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The Ultimate Trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink. Double blink. Double jump. By combining jump and blink, you can execute an aerial dash. Mastering the aerial dash enables even faster movement. Additionally, as a pivotal element in shaping the course of battle, PARAVOX features a trigger system. Excel Trigger enhances mobility, instantly replenishing the blink gauge and increasing charge speed, perfect for aerial combat. Boost trigger enhances overall combat capabilities. In addition to replenishing the blink gauge, it instantly reloads and increases reload speed. The ultimate trigger grants unparalleled combat power. It removes ammo limits and significantly enhances shooting capabilities. Dominate your enemies by strategically using the 3 different triggers. Game rule. The rule of PARAVOX is strike points. It's a mode where players compete to occupy designated areas on the map, which switch over time. While holding a strike points, teams gain points over time, and the first team to reach 100 points wins. As strike points switch, the round progresses, and with each round, the respawn time increases. While it's important to accumulate many points early on, winning battles in the later stages offers a chance to earn a massive number of occupation points. Where diverse weapons, a wealth of movement options, constantly changing battle conditions, and various elements intertwine to create a highly competitive experience. Welcome to the world of PARAVOX. What is PARAVOX? PARAVOX, 3 vs 3 TPS featuring tactical strike points rules and fluid high-speed combat. Players choose from a variety of weapons with different styles and skills, considering tactics and synergy. Assemble a team and go to the battle. Character control. PARAVOX offers various actions as common movement options for all players. By combining these actions, you can enjoy more intense aerial combat. Blink.
We're together with Mochi. Welcome to the semifinals of PARAVOX monthly finals. And again, our prize pool here is 600 USD. It's a lot to be battled out. And right now, we're gonna be giving you a little bit of a story. If there's good news, there's also a little bit of almost good news. But Alter Ego has already gotten their final spot here. Unfortunately, Looking For Team is gonna be looking for their electricity bill because one of their players have not yet gotten their electricity in their area. Fortunately, but Alter Ego are happy to get that final spot. And Mochi, the talk of town right now, will be the Filipino team battling it out. AP Bren versus Blacklist International.
Yes, and before we even dive right into our second semi-final series, let us check out our current standings in our bracket. Unfortunately, it's pretty similar to what Bipolar said. There's been like a power outage from one of our members here from Looking For a Team, which resulted to default. And right now, Alter Ego is going to be advancing forward. All the while, we are going to be checking out the AP Bread and Blacklist International. So we're done with the Indo versus Indo team. We are going to be diving into the PH versus PH team. And on the lower bracket, bracket, we have Take Me Please versus Newbie Frenzy, wherein it seems like they are still battling it all out. And looking for team, we're just gonna be chilling there in our third place match bracket.
You know what? It's still a good thing for looking for a team, even though there was like complications in their team before they go for before they play the semifinals. They can still go for the third place spot. It's still, I think, $90 if they win here, so they can have as much time as they want. Because right now, again, just like what Mochev said, Take Me Please and Newbie Frenzy are still battling it all out on the fifth place match. So that's gonna be a good opportunity for them to maybe get at least a bigger prize here before the monthly finals of January concludes. But again, Alter Ego goes towards the finals, and AP Brand versus Blacklist International is gonna be a good and next matchup.
Yeah, and it's gonna be pretty exciting for us to witness what's the outcome for both of our PH teams. But let us check out the team intro as what we have been anticipating. Right now, we have AP Brand versus Blacklist International. And by the way, we have received some intel that Williamson was actually a part of Kadiliman before.
Wow. Oh, that's why he was like very you know, what do you call this?
In tune?
Yeah, in tune. I think they're like almost sister company if you think about it. In a way. So William Zen will be their new and upcoming Boogie, but basically he's better because he replaced Boogie here. But let's not dish out some damage onto Boogie. He's still one of the best players in PARAVOX. So Blacklist International, with their new addition of a player here, that's gonna be a good thing for AP Brand. Dejabu, Kiza, and 80 are ready to battle it all out versus the top tier dogs in the Philippines. So we're just waiting for them to get ready, and we'll be showing the map selection in just a little while. But I love the matchup here. Whenever there's two teams from the same country battling for something, it's nice to see because you know what, it's all good fun in the end. But right now, let's look at the map selection for AP Brand versus Blacklist International.
And it's going to be the space map, Quantum Junction, and as well as the waterfront. Interesting designer map. No? We have the waterfront as our last one if it comes there. But we have the space map for our first, which is going to be quite interesting. We have been able to point out some things with regard to this map earlier on. It's a good combination of close quarter and long range combats that might happen, and as well as Quantum Junction, wherein there's a upper and lower strike points that they have to raise against each other in order to secure. So it's a good mix and matches of maps that we have here.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of it might be a difficult time for both of these teams if they go towards the very last map in their map selection, because if you look at it this way, space map is a very open map, very slow paced combat whenever you go and play those and play in that map. After that, you go into Quantum Junction where it's very close quartered and it's almost as fast as Launch Complex, and then you go back to Waterfront wherein it's so long that it's also open wide. But like right now, let's move on to our brand selection. It's gonna be Kelsey and Beat Dot on Blacklist International already, and AP Brand has shown the Juno and Kelsey.
Yeah, just supporting your point earlier on, it seems like there's gonna be some extensive adjustments that we have to make when we switch from one map to another. But what we have just seen there, we have a queue though. Okay, from AB Brand, we see you. Okay.
You're riding the train as well. I hope you're not gonna ride the train of despair, but you know what? It's again, this is the beauty of a best of 3 series, Mochi, right? We've been talking about this before, they can experiment in the first or second map. If they win the first map, they can experiment the second. If they want to go for a big gamble, they can go for an orthodox picks on the first and then close it out on the second. But everybody, let's welcome our very first semifinals matchup here. I am ready. Matt Mochi, let's go.
Let's us go because seems like they're just gonna keep on going here for Blacklist International as they try and get the lead as early as possible. Still on 8 points, still single digit after all, but we're already seeing some bodies on the floor about to respond here for AP Brent.
Yeah, right now we're seeing the Kudo already taken down by the side of Shintaro, and as you can see, he is like almost the face of the Filipino squads right now. We always want to see the point of view in Shintaro because as you can see, even though he's just flying all across the map, he is just hitting those shots. Right now, it's going to be a big wall separating the big strike point here, but Shintaro with a double kill onto Kizu and onto 80 as well. But Deja Vu with that shutdown potential onto Shintaro and another kill onto Yanagi. That is 2 for 2 for him, and he might go for the triple as he kills off Williamson. That is a team wipe in courtesy of Deja Vu.
And finally, we're seeing some spice in front of our eyes wherein there is going to be some sort of friction in between these two teams. AP Bren will still try to rack up those points. Unfortunately, someone's gonna be consumed by the photon momentarily as Blacklist International tries to take the lead once again, accumulating the most amount of points as possible as they try to turn this strike point down.
You know what? This is actually nice to see. Those Kelsey bullets, every time that hits onto an enemy, that is turkey damage on the dot. So you gotta be careful. But right now, we'll be seeing a lot of kills onto Kizu. He has taken one down, and that is a good sign for the unorthodox picks because 2 acceleration triggers onto AP Brent has been used. But it's currently a 2v2 situation as Blacklist International wants to get those last 20 points on our very first strike point. Again, everybody, it's space map, it's very big. The first strike point is on the other side of the map, and the second one is on the other, so you're gonna be traveling all across the board and you wanna get those points before you move on to another one. But right now, William Zen will take out Deja Vu, but there is a trade-off coming in from 80, and we have reached the 50-point mark. And as we go and move on to our round number 2, it looks like Blacklist International is in with the advantage.
The advantage indeed, however, they've been taken aback considering that the strike point has now changed and they have to shift the gears a little bit with some contention prevalent here from AP Bren. So unfortunate though that they're just being gunned down one by one. Still phenomenal in terms of the tracing and the trackings here for Blacklist International. Not even any type of abilities being expended from their brands, but Yanagi still trying to conquer them as much as possible, being assisted by Shintaro, but they're just gonna be going in and out in terms of how they be able to secure the strike point, but they're just gonna be taken aback for quite a bit because of their HPs being depleted little by some members there from AP Brent. It's pretty much a tough fight to be on, but before we even know, it's already 72-point lead here for Blacklist.
Wow, it's almost just 20 points for them to get the very first win in the best of 3 series as 2 players fall down to the hands of into the side of AP Bren. Deja Vu again alone and lonely versus the 3 players of Blacklist International. Ooh. But there you go, that is a team wipe for the side of AP Bren. And Blacklist International, as you can see, it's round number 2, so the respawn timers are very much longer than before. Ari has 10 more seconds into his name and he will not be there as Blacklist International is just 5 points away from claiming their victory.
And no one's even keeping them from taking the HPs if ever that they need that, because the rest of the squad here from AP Brent is busy waiting for their respawn time to actually finish. But before we even know it, it's already the victory here on the end of Blacklist International, securing our first space map for our series. And what can I say? It's a phenomenal job.
Yeah, you know what? It's nice to see that we've like gone on for more than 3 minutes into one map, and that is just the beauty of space map itself. It's not about
Yeah.
on how you go for those points. It's how you secure the next strike point. Where in Blacklist International, they just didn't go out of that building anymore. They just dominated it every time they were getting killed by the side of AP Brand. But as you can see, it was just beautiful played by Blacklist International. Not even phased, even though Deja Vu got a triple right off the bat in that very first strike point. But beautifully done by Blacklist International. They are 1-0 right now, and they can close it out on game number 2. But AP Bren, with the success of that queue, though, I think we'll be looking at the post-match results later on. But we can confirm she has 1 takedown. Okay, we'll be going for highlights here. Again, let's look at game number 1. Wow, that was just great. You know what? In here in the PARAVOX Tournament Monthly Finals, semi-finals against AP Brand and Blacklist International, it was almost a comeback play from AP Brand.
Yeah, almost. It's just unfortunate
Almost.
how they're continuously being taken down with the rest of the squad here from Blacklist International, and they've been very, very prevalent in terms of how closely knit they are in terms of their positioning and the space that they have in between each other. And most specifically, the moment that the strike point B happened, it's just AP Brand continuously being swept away from the strike point or the area itself. So we are gonna check out what's gonna happen for our next match, but let us check out our post-match results here, Bipolar.
Let's look at it. I want to see the statistics of the Kyoto pick here. Let's look at AP Brand immediately. There we go. 1 takedown there onto Kizu. It was a gamble play. We did acknowledge it, but right now, looking at the team damage of AP Brand, they're shared across the board almost on every player. It's 500 damage, so you definitely want to see that, even though they were a little bit dominated. But let's look at Blacklist International stats here. Yanagi, Shintaro, and William Zen just closing it all out. Yanagi again with a lot of damage and with a lot of points gained for his team again. But you know what, Shintaro with 8-1, I think he has some confidence, and I think he's really just on fire right now.
Yes, indeed. And it seems like Williamson is doing fine in terms of the integration or integrating himself here in this
Yeah.
team. And still props for Deja Vu because you can see the 4-6 KD, so it means that somewhat he can still try to resist Blacklist International in terms of the feats that they're trying to do against AP Bren, and that's good potential. There's still this amount of hope that they can actually come back for this our second map, which is going to be
Quantum Junction.
quite interesting because yeah, Quantum Junction, they have to like quickly adapt from what we have from our first map wherein they just have to chase each other. This time no, they have to be more calculating.
Yeah, very much so. They just need to like play it by the book, I think, in this second map, because if they go for a little bit of an unorthodox play again, considering that they did lose by a lot here onto the space map, it felt like they were like toe to toe with Blacklist. But looking at the post match results, they were just 29 up against against the 100 of Blacklist International. Yeah, very very far. But going into our second round, it's going to be very very close quarter combats. But yeah, I'm just excited for this game. I just want to see some great PARAVOX here, Emoji.
Yes, and it's really good that the teams have been able to deliver that from time to time. But once again, it's gonna be really awesome if there is some obvious contention from either teams. But once again, we cannot blame that there is still an up and coming team here. AP Brender synergy is yet to actually be formed, and they're still trying some things from here and there, which is wonderful because that just means these players are indeed hungry for growth, or it's obvious at least that they're hungry for growth. And yeah, the current setup page versus page, still Blacklist shows that despite of Boogie being absent and Williamson being replaced by him, well, still existent, and they're still willing to power through.
Yeah, I think Blacklist International might have gone for like the more compact player here, because we've seen Boogie as a shot caller. We've seen him like be one of like the you what do they call this? You rely on Boogie to go for takedowns, but Williamson is like almost a team player in a sense for the new squad of Blacklist International. And I think it's like if it's like food, it's a full meal for Blacklist International right now, and they look pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, they are indeed looking pretty good. Though I feel like they have to address the fact that there is still going to be some holes that they have to fill, if I may say. Most importantly, when it comes to like greater contenders, pretty similar to what we have from Japan before. We have Fennel as well as Riddle Order and some other big names like Full Sense. So they better be prepared for that one. And it's good that they've been able to try and iron out the fabric in a way that they are joining these types of monthly tournaments, which is good. And not only that, they also get some gains in terms of money. So they get to have their finances being supported as well. Maybe to get some new gear, maybe to just, eat out with the friends or the family. But other than that, still good because they've been able to practice from time and time again while still getting out of it.
Yeah, very much so. It's just nice to see, especially these teams just compete every time, and to see them play these monthly finals. It's just nice. It's just nice to see that they're still striving for more, and they're still striving for greatness. Speaking about those finances, you can also get like stainless steel necklaces because someone here is, they're just with those kinds of things, and I was like, I want to go for that possibly with my own TF here onto PARAVOX. So that might be a route for me if I'm not gonna go for like a pro approach in PARAVOX. But let's move on as we see Quantum Junction brand selection. It's gonna be a mirror matchup, Mochi.
Okay, no more Nuff Chief, no more Kudo, no more fancy stuff. All we have here is the usual. And what's been proven and tested from the late Burmas that we have from 2024. And I can see your reference over there talking about the stainless steel necklaces as if I haven't made a story about that earlier on. Why are you stalking me? Never mind, I'm joking. But
No, no,
once
no.
again, guys, that is the usual here. We have the Beta, the Junon, as well as the Kelsey. And as much as we may mention that once again their tracking has to be on point here and be really moving, if I may say as much as possible, we are gonna see who is gonna be getting that consistency more of.
Yeah, very much so. We want to see consistency here, and we want to see it more from AP Brent in a sense, so that we can go for game number 3, and we will go towards Waterfront. But everybody, Blacklist International already with a kill. William Zen with that kill onto Shabu and Shinsato with that kill onto 80. That is 2 players down, and Kizu just needs to run away.
Wow, that is such a powerful way to actually open things up, but still everyone's been able trying to hold out here. Still just a point lead for Blacklist International because they're clashing head to head, fang to fang, eye to eye, if I may say, as much as possible. No one's letting go of that strike point early on, which is a good sign. But the Hamdo Fata just connected to a couple of members here, and thus it seems like Blacklist International got the lead.
Wow, that was. I think I was. I thought I was seeing things, but that was like simultaneous.
It's legit.
Wipeouts from both of these teams, and that was crazy to see. I think that's a first for the monthly finals. But right now, moving on, still Blacklist International on top of things, going for the double kills, and right now they're going for more than 20 points. AP Brand needs to do something here. They need to adapt quickly, because if they do not, they're gonna be thrown out towards the lower bracket, and Blacklist might take this last final spot, because 26 points versus 5, even though like it's just 50 seconds remaining onto the strike point, it might be enough to maybe get that momentum going.
Yeah, and just by seeing the kill feed as well, like prevalent Blacklist International painting the town red here in our complex, and as much as possible, they're just holding it down. Unfortunately, though, the low survivor here, specifically Kizu and Eri from one point here in the map, will just be eliminated. All the while they try to fend off here Kizu, so fighting for his life, preventing them in doing so. But Blacklist International just gonna be trying to catch up onto them, and finally halfway into securing this map win.
You know what, as you can see, our points right now are really far from each other. 7 points to 52 in favor of Blacklist International. But even though AP Brand is not standing onto the strike point, they are still giving it a hard time.
A hard time indeed. And look at this. Just one more point, 460 score line. Yanagi is still going to be prevalent getting 80 out, but the movement here is just phenomenal for Blacklist International as they try to fend them off, trying to prey upon each other here from AP Brand. Every single one, their HP is being depleted, and look at that bipolar. They're just being suffering upon takedowns after takedowns.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think I was also taken down there. But as you can see, acceleration trigger onto 80 will not do anything. And there won't be any wonders for the side of AP. When I was talking about it by myself, that even though Blacklist International is just dominating right now and they have more takedowns against AP Bren, AP Bren are still giving it a hard time because they got into round 2 with just 11 points, but that is another team wipe in favor of Blacklist International. Shintaro dashing towards the enemy even though he has 11 HP, and with 13 points remaining for them to close it out and to get the final spot in our finals. I think this might be a clear win for Blacklist International Or will AP Brand go for an immediate comeback, but Keizu falls down? That is another
Wow.
wipeout, and no more. AP Brand inside Blacklist International might close this in the bag.
And even down the button just to seal the deal as well. Just a point away from victory here. Congratulations for our people in Blacklist International because they managed to secure this last slot here heading into our grand finals. And guess what, guys? Still a 2-0. Like, can you believe it? Like, the rest of the
Yeah.
matches that we had this night, just 2-0s, 1-0s, and it's always one-sided. Interesting.
You know, looking at it, even in the 2024 monthly finals, it became a trend wherein if you were the team that got like 2-1 or 1-2, it was like, what are you doing? You should be dominating it every time. But the trend is coming back because Blacklist International are definitely showing that trend again. 2-0. AP Brand goes out with a bang. They tried it with those unorthodox picks off that Kyoto. Wanted to experiment a little bit, but still, the household name of Blacklist International prevails and they go and get that final spot. Mochi. Beautiful games, and I think we'll be looking at the highlights here in just a minute.
Yes, indeed. Let's check it out.
That concludes the battle of AP Brand versus Blacklist International. Unfortunate for AP Brand again, but still beautifully played by the Filipino team there. Mochi, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm really excited how Blacklist International would face up against Alter Ego because both of them are just really pristine in terms of how they execute their specific playstyles and with the usual loadouts that they actually use. But I really don't hope that AP Brand would get to furnish themselves up for our next tournaments, and I hope that they would get more into that drive for improvement as well because once again they're quite new. They're still forming this sort of bond with each other, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them in their best shape possible. But let us check out our post-match results on this time. So we're gonna see who has been able to lead the charge on that match.
And I think
Wow.
for the side of Blacklist International, that is gonna be Shintaro again. Not
crazy.
even dying once. 12-0, and his damage is just outrageous. Outrageous. 1493. I was looking at the word Shintaro. So I think that my brain just thought that it was one word and I just combined it. But let's give some props to Yanagi with 59 points, more than half of 100
Yeah.
into his name. That is just wild. And of course, Williamson with a whopping 555 with 24 points as well. I think he's still just trying some things out. He's still trying to connect with his new teammates. So even though that is still happening to him, I think he's still performing very well. But AP Bren, unfortunately, with just 12 points, they still gave Blacklist International a very hard time because it came almost up to round number 3. But of course, that concludes our post-match results. The talk of the town right now, Mochi, will be Alter Ego and Blacklist International.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate how we haven't been able to see Waterfront because
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward for that map specifically. But maybe we might see it here in our grand finals where Alter
Maybe.
Ego and Blacklist International will be facing up against each other. And by the way, guys, if you've been liking the stream so far and interested in trying to play PARAVOX, if you haven't yet, well, check out Steam and as well as Epic Games because it's available for you guys to play onto there. And you can even join these tournaments because, just a side note, if you rank 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, you can still get a share of the cake. So better sign up now. Check out the official website and as well as the social media accounts of PARAVOX so you can be up to date with our recent announcements.
Yeah, we were talking about it as we look at the brackets here. We were talking about the opportunities that Paravox can provide the entirety of Southeast Asia, the entirety of Asia, and possibly even the world. As we look
Mhm.
at the bracket here, Alter Ego and Blacklist International again will be going against each other. But let's look at the third place match here. It looks like looking for team will be battling out AP Bren here. Still the fifth place match, which was taking place versus Newbie Frenzy. But yeah, I think we just want to go for the last best of 3 series here because no more breaks, everybody. We're going straight into the action in just a little while. Just like before, they're just readying up. And how about you, Mochi? What are your thoughts on this next matchup? What are we expecting?
Maybe a 2-1. Not quite sure.
Mm.
We've been like chatting about this. Like, do you think it's gonna be another sweep of a 2-0? No, it might actually be the latter. It might be a reverse sweep or
Yeah.
some sort of the like. But if this is gonna be 2-0, that's gonna be quite of a talk of the town. Most especially, this is like the first monthly tournament for the year, and yeah, that's gonna be something, if I may say, if that happens.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely set the tone for the upcoming monthly finals. Gonna be it's gonna set the tone for the weeklies as well, and possibly the bigger tournaments that will happen in the later part of the year. So yeah, if it becomes 2-1, that's gonna be, even though someone will lose here, and if 2-1 happens, it's gonna be really big for PARAVOX in 2025 because it means that even though household names are still on the top of every finals, it means that metas are shifting. It means that players are getting better at each time, and it's just developing as a whole game. And again, everybody, we invite you to wishlist it on Steam. If you want to play it already, you can go for Epic Games. And a big shout out, it's gonna be available for playtest on March 6th to the 12th on Steam. So you better check that out.
Yeah, so I believe there are some instances wherein if you're one of the pretty new players, there's gonna be some bonuses that you might actually get. So better
Ooh.
stay tuned on that one. So be sure to stay tuned in our official outlets for PARAVOX. And I guess, yeah, I hope you guys are having a really good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you might be. But let us check out our current theme intro, wherein someone's going to be saying shush for the time being here, which
Oh,
is Mev. But here they are.
yeah, I was like, who is gonna say shush? Yeah, I forgot the man
It's
himself, the
Mev.
king. It's Mev with that signature pose. I think if he plays Paravox for the next like decade, he can just use this. He can just use this picture all throughout because the aura this guy has on this picture is enough to
Aura.
give shivers from the spine of their enemies. But I like the picture of William
Yeah.
Zen here, Mochi. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even gonna show my face because Mev does not even need to see it. But yeah, these is your introductions for Blacklist International and Alter Ego. Please comment on who are you rooting for. Share the stream, like it. We're live on multiple platforms. This is the only game that provides you the entertainment on each and every application that there is.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie, it's everywhere. Every single feed you can actually check out, and it's gonna be readily available for you, despite or whatever your preference might be. But once again, guys, I feel I just want to point out like all of these photos that our players are actually providing the team. It's nice for you to see if or
Yeah.
what kind of personality they have. Like it might
Yeah.
be the type of personality that uplifts other allies in order to get them on the game, boost their morale, boost their confidence, be the ones who will say that it's fine, Kenchana, and say that it's gonna be alright whenever that there's gonna be some disadvantages along the way. But once again, it's really nice that these types of players can let their personalities shine in those types of situations, and really do hope that they can carry it through as time goes by, because it's also an asset, if I may say.
Yeah.
Not just it's not just there existing, it's something that you must have in your team as well.
Especially the picture of William Zen.
Yo, I'm not quite sure if I hear you. Hello, knock knock, who's there? But while my father is fixing his microphone, I feel like he's just having fun pointing out that Williams doesn't have a photo in itself. But while we wait for him to come back,
Yeah.
well, oh, he's there. Okay, good. What's up? What's up,
You know what?
man?
I think this is another karma situation for me because I was gonna say like we were talking about the player portraits of each team in the introductions. I was gonna commend William Zen for not having a photo there. So I think that is gonna it's just
Okay.
it's yeah, let's not talk about it. I think I'm fine. I'm Gwen Chana as well.
Yeah, you might face worse karma later on if you keep
Yeah,
pointing
yeah,
that.
yeah. This is not good. I should just work myself off here.
But yeah, I feel like we're just gonna be chilling here waiting for the maps that they're gonna be playing on for this last series of the night, potentially for both these teams, because not gonna lie, it's been like a really good time for PARAVOX as well, wherein we have witnessed the existing prowess of our veteran teams, and I feel like this is also going to be a wake up call for our monthly mainstays that they have to improve themselves better in terms of their playstyle. But let's check out our maps right now in front of our eyes. Where are they going to play?
Ooh, it's gonna be Neo City, Quantum Junction, and Space Map. It's I think the same as the map selection for looking for Team and Alter Ego in the semifinals. So it's gonna be a comfort pick for Alter Ego, possibly because they've readied themselves up for this kind of situation. But again, two household teams against each other in the most three maps wherein they've played it a lot of times already. Neo City is one, and then when you convert it onto Quantum Junction, and if they go for game number 3, it's Space Map. The transition from the playstyles of each map is gonna be good. Not like before, wherein it was Waterfront, Space Map first. This one, you can go fast-paced Neo City, you can transfer it onto Quantum Junction, and a quick breather for Space Map because it's gonna be a big map. So yeah, I like the rotation here in terms of our map selection for our finals.
Yes, indeed. A good contrast, and like what you've said, is more in favor for Alter Ego. I wonder what the PH team is thinking heading onto this one. Like, okay, we are willing to contest you guys in your comfort picks, or is it really something that we really want to see themselves perform on in order to improve further? So that's something we're going to be finding out just in a bit. And Neo City, Quantum Junction, as well as Space Map, quite spacious, as I may say. And as much as possible, it all boils down to what caliber their movements are going to be, may it be on the land or in the air.
Very much so. There's a lot of action in store. So everybody, you just need to stay a little while because we're gonna be readying up. We'll be looking towards these two teams because still they're just gonna take their precious time here, as we have a little bit of a news here. Some of the players have been just huddling up. I think since these two teams are, you know, household teams already, they want to face each other in the maximum level, so they're taking every precaution that they can do here. And a player even went outside their house, but now they're back. So let's see, this is gonna be Alter Ego versus Blacklist International. This is your brand selection.
Okay. It seems like we're having some sort of preparations in store here for our players, but at least we are now down here in our brand selection, and it seems like we're just gonna be saying true and same for what we have here for Blacklist International. Series of Peacots, Kelseys and Juniors, and once again a mirror matchup right in front of our eyes, pretty similar to what we have from their setups earlier on. But I'm not quite sure if it's just me. Is it Williamson and Shintaro switched up their brands? Or am I Delulu? I feel like I'm just Delulu.
No, I think possibly they switched it up. They might have like last second, let's play some mind games against Alter Ego here. So that might be their strat here. But again, they're gonna be playing it safe with the mirror matchup and with the meta picks here. But right now, welcome to the finals of the PARAVOX January monthly finals here, and let's see who will win the $600 prize pool of PARAVOX. Already 3 points for Alter Ego in the bag, but Blacklist International trailing behind with 4 points.
They're just gonna be snatching the strike point from each other from time to time, with a curly prevalent contestment as Netlove tries to just keep himself in track here alongside the rest of his allies. The wall is actually doing wonders for themselves, but unfortunately with Enju time, HP is gonna be depleted, and it's already up to them how they can combat that. And look at that, Williamson's gonna be out of the equation.
Yeah, as you can see, everybody, right off the bat, these two teams are playing neck and neck. As you can see, it's a perfect 50-50 scenario. Everyone is just taking their time. They're just putting their toes in the water slowly but surely. But once you put your toes in, you have to take it back again, because the enemies will not let you stay there for a very long time. Already, Fiesel just wanted to get through this wall and wants to connect those shots right now. We've seen him connect these 30 shots every time, but right now he's missing because the dodging potential of Blacklist International, it's just immense. 60 seconds remaining onto our strike point here, and we haven't even reached 20 points for one of these teams.
Just now, I guess, because we're seeing Blacklist International trying to prove that they are in control of the current situation despite of how chaotic it might be. But Alter Ego is just gonna be playing that tug of war in terms of scoreless and how they can actually hold these strike points. And that crispy shot from Mev as well onto Williams, and they're just being chased and being torn apart here, but still, this is quite of a really close match that we currently have. And what's good here is that they just keep themselves busy in terms of the objective, and when it comes to the point where they have to get their health packs, no one's gatekeeping them. You know what? Go mind your own business. As long as we can take control of this strike point, we'll do so.
Yeah, I think the name of the game here is not health packs anymore. They want to go for an advantage in terms of strike points and another team wipe. As we talk about strike points here in favor of Alter Ego, the points right now have finally reached the double-digit mark in terms of advantage, because right now Alter Ego has 45 and Blacklist International has finally reached 25. Fiesel still in the outskirts of the map trying to distract the enemies, trying to take away Shintaro and as well as Williams and in the middle of the map. But Yanagin as well as Mev with those acceleration triggers have fallen down against each other, and another bloodbath for Fiesel. It's gonna be Shintaro, the lonely survivor, the king of Blacklist. Can he paint the buildings black and white, or will he be painting them red with his own blood? That is 3 players down, and that is the third wipeout in favor of Alter Ego.
Oh, seems like stars was not aligning in favor of Blacklist International as they kept being torn apart from each other. It's really unfortunate, and they have no choice but to work with what they have. They are currently being mangled here by Alter Ego, and Netlove is just the spearhead of all of the efforts that they're doing right now, quite far in terms of the scoreline differences. And despite of the fact that they are trying to contest, unfortunately it is not entirely enough. Hanofot already being activated here, really trying to break their positioning apart and keeping them away from each other, while Mev will still take some time for himself in order to get the health pack as well. But unfortunately, still, again, -1, a -2 here for Blacklist International.
William Zen right now is just hiding on the corner of the map, but shows himself, and already he has been taken down by Fiesel connecting his shots mid-air. Everybody, this is what veteran status looks like. Netlove with 10 takedowns and Mev with 8. As you can see, they're just controlling the game right now. And if you're Blacklist International, you don't want to give that satisfaction to someone like Alter Ego, because once you're playing their game, you're definitely just dying and giving away your lives as another wipeout happens in the front of our eyes. Alter Ego is definitely gonna take game number 1 with the last 2 points remaining here. Blacklist International throwing their bodies, but it's gonna be a victory for Alter Ego.
They're going crazy with the whole duration of the Neo City map. Like, I cannot stress this enough. They're just being demolished time and time again. Like, there's like 4 consecutive wipeouts, as you have mentioned, from the whole duration of that. Like, that's really crazy to me, and it's really awesome to see Alter Ego being able to just show that they are indeed the kings of these maps. And when you give them their comfort, they are bound to step themselves up for the best performance they can ever give. But Blacklist International, that might be a lesson for you guys. Most especially that they have like this newest integration of Williamson. But once again, a lose is also a win in terms of lessons, because they can actually use this sort of information to understand where are we right now in this current roadmap, which is our synergy with each other, most especially that Boogie is already out.
It's going to be an eye-opener for them. Very much so. But Alter Ego with 1 point in our best of 3 series their advantage, it's gonna mean a lot because they can go for the trend setting 2-0 in our very first month here of 2025. Can they close it out? Or can Blacklist International come back with our very own map in game number 2? It's gonna be the talk of the town, but let's look at the highlights here. Let's get it on. You know what? What's crazy here, Mochi? I just realized we didn't even go to round number 2. I thought
Yeah.
we were that long. The fights
No.
felt very, very long, but we were just in around number 1 of the strike points. That's just crazy.
It's basically like there's a lot of things that can happen in such a short amount of time wherein we didn't even necessarily think that it's just happening in just one strike point alone, which is pretty crazy because that just means that's how much prowess these teams possess. It's just that Alter Ego has been able to prevail regardless of what's being thrown at them by Blacklist International, and in return they're the ones who've been suffering from the entirety of the time because they're just being gunned down one by one and they haven't been able to do all of the executions that they're trying to do as a whole team. But let us check out our post-match results. Just be gonna be served to you in a bit with 100/37 scoreline. We're in once again, look at this. It is going to be an 11-1 for Net Love. And this dude has been really consistent in being the top fragging ones in their team. But on the contrary, Blacklist has been suffering from such a lot of stuff, if I may say, against Alter Ego.
You know what? It's really, really great to see that even though like almost 5 seasons has passed, Mev and Fiesel are really just still on top of their A game. Both with 1200 damage into their names, Fiesel almost hits that. But with everyone in their side just died once, while Blacklist International can't even get a 2K in one of their players. So it's really gonna be an eye opener for them, and they need to adjust. They need to adapt quickly because the next map for our best of 3 series in the finals, it's gonna mean a lot, and it's gonna be a bloodbath again.
Yes, indeed. Cannot wait for that to actually happen as well. Although I'm not quite sure what to expect. If it's going to be like the same drill of Alter Ego, it's gonna be winning again for our second map, or would it be Blacklist International looking into for a reverse sweep? We'll never know. We're not quite sure because once again, these are veteran teams after all. So I guess we're gonna be finding more about that later on.
You know what? They've been in this situation before, Blacklist International. I think it was against Full Sense in one of the monthly finals in 2024. They forced a 2-1 um
Ooh.
ending, which is very interesting. Can they do it again? But will Alter Ego close it out? Let's look at the brand selection here. Will this be another mirror matchup, or will we see finally some kind of flexibility in some of these teams? Nova being picked up for Blacklist International.
Oh. That's something new. I feel like they're going to be straying away from the Kelsey pick for this time around, and instead will be using the Nova, which is one of the usual rifles or the standard rifles that we can use in this game. But also, Fourth Diesel is going to be the one holding the kill secret, similar to what we have earlier on. And we're going to be seeing if the adjustments that we have here for Blacklist International would actually benefit them, or would it be the latter?
You know what? Alter Ego right now is still just looking at their comfort picks. They know what they know what they're gonna do. You know what they're gonna be looking forward to. They're gonna go for consistency, and that is their key. But right now, Blacklist International are switching it up a little bit, but still playing it safe. They're gonna go for continuous firepower. They're gonna go for fire rate, and they're gonna go for poking potential with that Nova. But right now, welcome to Quantum Junction, everybody. This is the second game for Alter Ego and Blacklist International in Best of 3 series. Fiesel already with our very first blood. Oh my god, never mind. That is a team wipe in the first 8 seconds of the game. Fiesel 2K Netlab with 1.
They've been obliterated and continuously being demolished here by Alter Ego. Still in control of this current map that we have right now. Super hot in this current setup, but Shintaro is looking for retribution as much as possible. But once again, he's just being chased upon by a couple of members here, being supported by Williamson. But I wonder if that is necessarily enough. Fiesel still yet to put or set foot here in our strike point, but all of the contestment is so intense. They're just chasing up against each other, but still the advancements and the advantage is still for Alter Ego.
Oh my god, Mochi. Already 30 points for the side of Alter Ego, but right now it looks like the stars are aligning for Blacklist International as they get 2 players from the side of Alter Ego, and they have reached the double point mark. They still are accumulating points, and they're still capturing the strike points. Currently, half of the points of Alter Ego are in the favor of Blacklist International, but Netlove and Fiesel activates the triggers and they go for a 2K. It's currently Shintaro versus 3, but he goes towards Fiesel and he flies towards the sky. Buys some time for his teammates to respawn, and right now this is going to be a 3v3 situation with 35 seconds remaining. 39 points for the side of Alter Ego. Can they get more, or will Blacklist International use all of those shots? Almost picks off Mev, but goes towards the low ground with the HP pack in hand. Netloves gets that kill, and now with the chaos being thrown down in our round number 1, it's gonna be trade-off after trade-off. But currently, it looks like Blacklist International is giving a hard time towards Alter Ego.
Actually, they're trying to catch up with the current scoreline that they currently have, but once again, you can even see that Blacklist International is having a difficult time trying to secure the health packs because they're always being beaten by Alter Ego, and we can see them just being yeeted off. And currently, Alter Ego still tries to keep it under control. And all the while that they're seeing these remaining survivors here from Blacklist International, they're trying their best in order to finish them off and not even let them reach the health packs that they currently have, and just taking it for themselves despite of the fact they still have perfect amount of health. And now strike point B is just being taken here by Alter Ego, but seems like Blacklist International is looking for a comeback.
I like what Blacklist International is doing here. They're going for backstabs and they're going for a 2v1 situation every time. And it looks like it's going into their favor as Yanagi seals the deal and as he kills off Fizzle. Look at the score, everybody. It was once a 2x lead for Alter Ego, but right now it's just 10 points. So Blacklist International, it looks like they're coming back and they're adapting as time goes by. The comeback potential is finally looking towards Blacklist, but can they go for more? 70 points remaining onto the second strike point. And if we go for round number 3, Mochi, it's gonna be a disaster if you die because the respawn timers, it's gonna be longer.
Gonna be longer, yeah. Which is something that Blacklist International would not want most, especially of the efforts that they currently have here would have gone into waste if that happens. But Alter Ego, they better be more consistent because everything can change at this very moment. But we're seeing trade-offs happening here, and even with the Nova on the hands of Shintaro is actually giving them good amount of contestment. It's just that some sort of way it's going to be a struggle to trace up against them because this is a long-range battle after all. But Mev will be able to take him out. Quite unfortunate, but they still have the 8-point or the 5-point lead at this time. But once again, a little more. The strike point is about to change, and before that even happens, Netlove will be taking out William Zen.
Wow, Netlove even trying to get the last 3 points there for his team to maybe get some leverage towards this third strike point, but already Yanagi kills off Fizzle, one of the star players of Alter Ego. This is gonna buy them time, 15 seconds to be exact, to maybe do something or to get more advantages, but Yanagi cannot even get that health back. It has not respawned yet. It's currently Shintaro versus 2 players as Shintaro beams them down from across the map, tries to get that health back before someone takes it of their own. 8 seconds still. He needs to wait more, but Mev doesn't have patience anymore. He goes for the team wipe, and this might be a detrimental factor for Blacklist.
Indeed, and not only that, with all the power walls being placed onto here, everything is just going berserk at the current time, and even the movements here from Netlove as well as Fizzle taking a couple away from Blacklist International. They're just going crazy with just 5 more score lines, and the countdown begins as they begin to get this match for themselves, everyone. Topping it all up with a 2-0 on this series. Alter Ego, they're just off the charts in terms of their performance tonight.
Oh wow, that was beautiful break from our observers there. He just looked at looked at Fizzle and wow, that was literally the icing on top of the cake, everybody. We just saw him like go 180 across his screen and hit every shot and even the final blow to get a triple kill and to get a team wipe at the end. Beautifully played from Alter Ego. Blacklist International, they gave us some hope. They gave the Philippines some kind of sweetness. They tried to get a comeback, but after the second strike point, it was just a disaster as Fizzle gets the very first kill at that round number 3. It sealed the deal because it was 20 seconds on that respawn timer that gave them the potential to get more. And wow, that was just crazy. It looks like it's not gonna be 2-1 here because the trends are still setting with the 2-0s.
As much as how we can say that Alter Ego is really consistent in terms of their performance, our score lines in terms of our series is consistent as well because it's been prominent 1-0s and 2-0s that's been happening up to this point. And congratulations for Alter Ego for being able to be hailed as kings of our monthly tournament here this January. And for Blacklist International, nice try. What's important is you guys been able to get that second place despite of the fact having recent changes in your team. That's already a big thing, if I may say.
Yeah, very much so. You know what? They have a lot of ways to maybe improve, but Alter Ego still goes on top. Let's look at the match highlights. And there you go, have it. The
Wow.
conclusion of a night filled with action. Wow, Mochi. You know what? Give us your thoughts on this.
Well, all I can say is that it's really crazy for us to witness. It's really different when you play in a map of familiarity. If you are well aware of the nooks and crannies, and as well as how you can make yourself the king of the hill, if I may say, well, definitely you would be able to dominate every single team along your way. And it seems like it's been proven true here by Alter Ego. And hopefully you can see more from the rest of our teams here. Most especially, we have like Take Me Please, we have Looking for a Team, Newbie Frenzy, AP Bren, and as well as our the funny name I forgot, but there's also like the Indonesian team, right? So let us check out our post match results from that recent one, because it's pretty much crazy. As much as we might say it's pretty close, well, would you look at that?
Just look at the damage itself. It speaks volume for the side of Alter Ego. Everyone hitting 1,000 damage. But look at Blacklist International. They also hit 1,000 damage for their own players. William Zen with 606, 1240 for Shintaro, 844 for Yanagi. It just shows that it's almost a 50-50 deal. But Alter Ego, with their experience, with their veteran status, and with all of their achievements, it shows that they are really on top right now. And Mev closing it out with 21 points with 1,300 damage. Kelsey with 9 and 6, 22 points and 1,100 damage on the dot with that Fiesel, and with those highlights that he can post on TikTok. He can post anywhere in this social media. He can brag about it, everybody. But Netlove, you gotta give it to the guy that gives you the points. 9 kills as well, but with 57 points again, half of 100 just by him. That is just beautiful, PARAVOX.
And what's really cool is that despite that we have these differences, every single one of the members here from Alter Ego has been able to show specific highlights of themselves, and thus, once again, welcome our winners for the January monthly finals. Fiesel, Mev, and Netlove. One that capitalizes on movement, one for pressure, and as well as anchor. So congratulations to Alter Ego, because you guys deserve this one.
Mev again shutting everyone down and shutting the bad allegations that they have been the top of the top, and they are still showing that Alter Ego is number one. Mev, Just a big thought for you from us here onto the caster deck. Never change your picture, because even if you shave that mustache off, that pose itself brings aura points to each and
So
every
iconic.
map. But yeah, it's iconic. It's if there's like skins for the brands in PARAVOX, they should also just put this picture of Mev in a Quantum Junction.
It's like a sticker. It's a random sticker that you can actually get. What if it's a collectible? That would be so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's well played for Alter Ego, and I guess we're gonna be seeing more of them later on as time goes by. And I'm really excited if there's gonna be some future tournaments that PARAVOX will be able to offer to us. And wow, what a really great night to have watching PARAVOX and spending the most of our time here. May it be that you guys are still in transit, or if you guys are still preparing your dinners or already done and about to go to bed and just chill, spend your time before you even sleep. Happy Fridays, by the way, and I hope you guys are having a great time, and hope you guys have a good rest as well.
Everybody, again, before we close things off and as we wait for more updates, as we look at the brackets here, everybody, or let's look at the top winners here on who really did win, and let's give some props for our winners. As you can see, first place goes to Alter Ego, coming all the way from Indonesia. Blacklist International, the Filipino team, again falls short, claiming the second spot and looking for a team with that third spot on that Indonesia. Everybody, your January winners, congratulations.
There you go. And we also have Bubadi Bako. There you go. I'm looking for that name ever since earlier. So I'm hoping that we can see more of them, the rest of them later on, or maybe some new players or teams who might grace our stage here in the weeklies, monthlies, or the bigger tournaments. So yeah, I guess that's such a really nice night, and I hope you guys are having a great time.
You know what? It's been a great while and a great start towards PARAVOX and esports itself. The PARAVOX tournament monthly finals in January concludes with Alter Ego winning. This has been Bipolar together with the one and only Mochi, their casters for tonight. A big shout out to PARAVOX and CBZN. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next month.